Last week on what is probably the best series on YouTube right now, I got started making a new map. I was doing things like making functions, summoning entities, fun stuff. But this week, well, this week it's time to start building. Now listen, if you've seen like any of my videos before, then you know that building is something that I don't enjoy and I am not good at. But guess what? I gotta do it anyway, because I have literally no choice if I want to build a map. So for today, I'm going to be building two things, and then I get to do some fun coding. Those two things are one, a main lobby, and two, an actually interesting map, rather than, a floating stone platform. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the lobby because it sounds like it's going to be more work, and I would rather get it over with. So for this lobby, I decided to go ahead with a beach theme. Why am I doing a beach theme for my, TNT themed minigame? I don't know, but it was the first idea that came to mind. To start out, I teleported about 1,000 blocks away from my initial area so that I would have more space to work with. I then just made a massive platform of sand with /fill and added in a bit of water as well. I then spent way too long trying to make the coastline more natural looking, and in the end it looks okay. I wanted most of the island to be covered in a big cave, but building large natural looking structures can be difficult, so I pulled out a special technique. I built a small rounded cube of cobblestone and added in a few details. Then I set up a repeating command block which would clone that cube in front of me wherever I looked. Using this, I was able to basically paint in most of the cave, and it looked kinda bad. So, I did it again, and in the end, I had something I was reasonably happy with. I also had to extend the ocean a little bit because before that it looked really unnatural. Then I worked on putting some detail in on the land, so I made some elevation variation in the sand and added in vines to the cave walls. I also added in some variation underwater in the hopes that it would make the ocean look a little bit better. But even with all kinds of detail on the ocean floor, it just looked really unnatural having this cube of water floating out in space. So I decided it was time for a change. I used the same painting technique as before to create a wall around the edge of the ocean, and then trimmed away everything that was left. Finally, I built a small wooden structure, which later on will be part of the functionality of the lobby. And here it is, the complete lobby for our map. Where is the sun? Wait, why can't I find the sun? The sun, where, why can't, where is the sun? This isn't part of the video at all, but where is this? Oh, I have sun and moon off for some reason. Okay, that was frightening for a moment there. Alright, with that stupid distraction out of the way, let's talk about this lobby here. Here it is, our complete lobby, looking much better in our 6 shaders. Anyway, long story short, I think this is good enough. It's the kind of thing that I might want to make some updates to later on, but for now, I am actually pretty happy with how this is looking. And with that, of course, you know what I get to do? I get to do more building. Oh boy. Alright, look, I'm not gonna do like another super long, well-edited montage for this thing. I'm just going to hit you with a good old-fashioned time-lapse. So time-lapse starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, well, here it is, what I'm going to call the first map, for now. And that's a very big for now, because right now it doesn't look very good. I mean, it's not hideous. I feel like the structures are reasonably okay. It's just there's not enough block variety. It all looks a little bit flat and bland. So I would do that detail work now, but I sort of feel like I've been at this for so long that I'm starting to reach my limit. If I were to add in anything else at this point, it would be uninspired and it would probably make it look even worse. Or, at least that's the excuse I'm giving for why I don't want to do more right now. The other thing that made building this a little bit hard is I feel like I had to keep gameplay in mind at least a little bit, like how will it feel when TNT is falling from the sky onto this place? That's a little bit hard, seeing as I haven't actually, played the game on here yet. But luckily, that is the next step. Before I go exploding this entire stupid island, I need to set up some way to save it. And the way to do that is structure blocks. Oh boy, I actually kind of hate structure blocks. I don't know why I hate them. I mean, they're like super useful and stuff. I find them finicky and annoying. In this instance, I think actually the structure block is going to be even more annoying than it often is because I think I'm probably going to have to use multiple structure blocks. Unfortunately, structure blocks have a limited size, which I believe is 48 blocks cubed, and if I do that, actually maybe we might be able to squeeze this entire thing into one structure block, which would be really, really nice. As it stands, it looks like we're not going to quite be able to fit everything in, but you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and make some modifications to this end of things, because that seems easier than setting up multiple structure blocks. Alright, with that slight modification made, it looks like everything manages to squeeze into this area. I'm really happy about that. Now that we have our structure saved, just as a quick example, if I want to, you know, I can go ahead and blow this thing up. Yay, and then if I switch over to the load mode and say load, it is all back in one piece. Thank God. So I think that, in theory, what that means is all I have to do is add this structure block and its loading process into probably the end game function, so when the game ends, everything just gets reset, which means that at long last I get to go back to editing text documents instead of actually doing building. Alright, after a little bit of finicking and making things work, I think it might be, well, working actually. The way I do this is pretty simple. I just set a block to be a structure block, and then it gets powered, and then both disappear because, well, when the structure gets loaded, they're not part of the structure, so they just disappear. And I've added both of those steps to the data pack, so if I, you know, break some things, and then I run the end game function, everything just gets reloaded. So it's really as easy as that at that point. And with that, I think I can safely actually start the game function. Oh wait, that's not quite right. And with that, I think I can safely start the game. We, at some point, hopefully we'll get some TNT actually falling in. Yep, there it is, there it is. Just like before, it's set up to only land on actual blocks, I think, I hope. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I think that's all there is to it. I can go over and chill over here at Mushroom Island, and, you know, like, the game is running. This is pretty good, actually. I am happy with this. Oh no, oh god, no, not Mushroom Island, no! And then, of course, when I'm tired of watching everything get exploded, I can just go right ahead, run the endgame function, and it... Yeah, no, actually no, everything is perfect. I got nothing else, man. This is exactly as it should be. And with that, I think there's only one thing left to do in this episode, and that is make it possible to actually start the game from the lobby. Now that I look at it, I think that this spot here should probably be where you select the map. And then maybe I'll just literally have like a button smack in the middle where you start the game from. Actually, you know what sounds kind of cute and cool? Is if you have like a TNT, right? It's like you're igniting the TNT. I don't know, I kind of like that. The one issue is, of course, when I do this, I have to make it not actually start the TNT. But of course, then I can just have a command block underneath here with the start game function in it. And then with just a couple modifications made, I think that hopefully what we can do is flick... nope, stop. Okay, that wasn't quite right. Okay, what I think happened there is, unfortunately, when you power the TNT, it doesn't actually pass the signal through the TNT to the command block, it just instantly explodes. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to have a repeating command block that checks for the presence of like a TNT entity, and if one exists, because that will happen when someone flicks the lever, then it will start the game. Alright, this time I have some water in case of emergencies, which I'm glad I had. Okay, let's try one more time. And there we go. Everything is handy dandy. And then of course, when I want to end the game, I just run the end game function and I get teleported back home. That's not quite right. Real quick, one other change that I thought might be cute is if you flick the lever and rather than getting sent immediately, the TNT has time to charge up and then you just get sent right before it explodes. I don't know, I think that's kind of amusing. One other thing I want to mention real quick is right now, of course, I'm just manually running the end game function. Ideally, by the time we're done here, that will be done automatically when like all players are dead or all but one player is dead or I don't know what. And with that, I think that's probably a fantastic place to leave this episode. When I do the next episode of this, I think I'm probably going to start off by building another map, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in some special items that you can choose at the beginning of the game to power you up and make it more interesting as the game goes on. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video, even though like building is not my favorite. If you enjoyed this video, let me know with a like or a thumbs up or a yeehaw. And if you didn't like it, then please leave me a comment telling me what I can do better, because genuinely I just want to make good videos, that's all. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.